Hazrat Ibrahim was born in a society in Babylon.
In this city, the air was filled with the smoke of incense offered to statues made of stone and wood. His own father, Azar, was a famous idol maker, a man whose hands shaped the very gods the people worshipped.
Even as a young man, Ibrahim A.S. was a rational thinker. He stood before these silent statues and questioned the logic of their divinity.
He questioned how statues that could neither speak nor protect themselves could be masters of human destiny.
His search for the truth led him to observe the world around him. One clear night, he looked up at the stars.
When he saw a bright star, he wondered if it was his
The
Lord.
moon rose in its silver glory. Ibrahim A.S. watched it closely, searching for a sign of the eternal. When the moon also set and vanished into the darkness, he realized that a true God must be beyond the cycles of setting and disappearing.
Then came the sun, greatest of all lights. It filled the... But when the sun too disappeared beneath the horizon, he concluded, I have turned my face...
The opportunity for a final lesson came on a day when all the people of Babylon left the city to celebrate their annual festival.
With the temple deserted, Ibrahim Porphytorum entered the sanctuary to challenge the false gods of his people.
One by one, he began to break the idols, demonstrating that they had no power to even protect themselves.
He broke every single idol in the temple, leaving the pride of the nation in ruins upon the temple floor. He left only the largest idol intact, hanging his axe upon its shoulder to set a stage for the people's realization.
When the people returned and saw their gods shattered, they were filled with rage and demanded to know who had done this.
When questioned, he calmly told them, "Ask the big idol. It has the axe. Perhaps it was the one who did this."
This was his way of proving their helplessness to the people. If their god couldn't speak to defend itself, how could it be a god?
Though the people were silenced by his logic, their pride remained. Ibrahim A.S. was now to face the greatest trial of his life.
King Nimrod, the tyrant ruler of the time, was furious at Ibrahim's challenge to his gods and his refusal to worship him as a deity.
The king could not tolerate a single voice questioning his power, and he demanded the most severe punishment for Ibrahim soon.
Nimrod ordered a massive fire to be built.
For days and weeks, the people were commanded to gather wood from every corner of the land to fuel the furnace of Nimrod's rage. The pile of wood grew so high that it looked like a mountain of timber, prepared to consume everything in its path. Finally, the fire was lit. It burned with such intensity that the heat could be felt from miles away, making it impossible for anyone to get close. The inferno burned for days, its flames dancing with a terrifying power that symbolized Nimrod's absolute authority over his people. Since the heat was too great to approach, Nimrod's engineers built a massive catapult to launch Ibrahim into the heart of the flame. Ibrahim A.S. remained calm and unshaken. His faith in Allah was his shield, even as he stood before certain death. With a sudden release, Ibrahim A.S. was thrown into the flames. The crowd watched in silence, expecting him to be consumed in an instant.
In that moment, a command echoed from the heavens.
Allah commanded the fire, "O fire, be coolness and safety upon Ibrahim." The fire, which had been a symbol of death, was transformed into a place of peace and sanctuary for the friend of Allah.
While the world outside saw a raging disaster, Ibrahim A.S.
Nimrod watched from his balcony, unable to believe his eyes. The man he sought to destroy was standing alive in the middle of the flames. Ibrahim A.S. walked out of the fire completely untouched. Not a single hair was burned, and his clothes remained as fresh as if he had never entered.
The miracle left the people stunned. They had seen a power far greater than Nimrod's, yet they remained trapped in their fear of the tyrant. Nimrod's grand display of power had failed. The fire had been defeated by the creator of the fire, proving Nimrod's gods to be powerless.
Though Nimrod remained in power, the miracle of the fire planted a seed of truth in the heart.
Ibrahim had passed his first great trial. Now, his journey of migration and even greater tests was just beginning.
Ibrahim left his homeland behind,
choosing a life of migration to spread the message of Allah to distant lands.
With a heart full of faith, he traveled across the ancient trade routes, seeking a place where the oneness of God could be proclaimed freely. He traveled to the land of Canaan, known today as Palestine, where the hills and valleys welcomed the friend of Allah.
In Palestine, he established a sanctuary of worship, and his presence brought a new light of guidance to the people of the region.
Later in his life, a new divine command arrived, directing him toward the deep, uninhabited heart of the Arabian desert.
He was commanded to leave his wife Hazrat Hajra and his infant son Hazrat Ismail in a location that seemed devoid of all life.
They arrived in the barren valley of Makkah, a place where no grass grew and no water flowed, surrounded by silent, towering mountains. As he turned to leave, Hajra asked if this was a command from Allah. When he confirmed it was, her faith remained as firm as a mountain. Soon, the little water they had was gone. The harsh desert heat began to test the endurance of the mother and her child.
In desperate search for water or a passing caravan, Hajra ran between the hills.
Times she ran, a testament to a mother's love and a servant's trust in the divine, while the infant Ismail lay upon the sand.
While his mother was on the hills, the infant Ismail struck his heels upon the earth, and the ground began to respond to his cry.
By the command of Allah, the miracle of Zamzam burst forth, a spring of life in the middle of a dead land.
Hajra cried out Zamzam, meaning stop, stop, as she built a small barrier to hold the precious, life-giving water.
The water changed everything. Birds began to circle the valley, signaling to distant travelers.
A tribe known as Banu Jurhum arrived and asked for permission to settle. This led to the foundation of the city of Makkah.
What was once a barren and silent valley was now a place of gathering, trade, and worship.
Today, that same spring continues to provide water to millions, a living witness to the miracle that occurred thousands of years ago.
The foundation of Makkah was not just the birth of a city, but the preparation for the most sacred house ever built on earth. Ibrahim's sacrifice and Hajra's faith had turned a desert into a sanctuary, setting the stage for the rebuilding of the Kaaba. When Hazrat Ismail Azz grew up, Allah commanded Ibrahim Azz to build the Kaaba, the first house of worship for monotheism. This was to be a sanctuary of peace, a place where the oneness of Allah would be celebrated for all generations to come.
Father and son set out to fulfill the divine command, gathering the strongest stones from the surrounding mountains.
They worked together in perfect harmony, side by side, building the walls that would become the spiritual center of the world.
With every stone placed, the foundation grew stronger.
As the walls grew higher, a special stone was used to stand upon, leaving a lasting sign of the labor of love and devotion.
The construction was a sacred task, and every element was placed with the intention of pleasing the Almighty.
While building, Ibrahim turned his heart toward the heavens, offering a prayer that would change the course of history.
He prayed for a messenger to be raised from among the people of that land, someone who would recite the signs of Allah and purify the hearts.
It was a prayer of deep wisdom, asking for a guide.
Allah accepted the prayer of his friend. The seeds of the final message were planted in the very soil of Makkah. Thousands of years passed, and the world waited for the fulfillment of Ibrahim's Kandari, sacred request.
The prayer was answered thousands of years later with the birth of Prophet Muhammad IV, the final mercy to all of mankind.
The lineage of Ibrahim reached its peak, bringing the light of Islam back to the house he had built with his own hands.
Once completed, the Kaaba became the Qibla, the direction of prayer for every believer on the face of the earth.
Ibrahim AS was commanded to call mankind to pilgrimage, and the call resonated through the barriers of time and space.
Construction of the Kaaba was more than just building walls. It was the establishment of a legacy of pure monotheism.
Today, the prayer of Ibrahim AS continues to live in every heart that turns toward this sacred house.
The teamwork of a father and son created a sanctuary that stands as a symbol of unity for the entire world.
From the first stone to the final messenger, the story of Ibrahim is a story of total submission to the will of Allah.
Hazrat Ibrahim was tested with a profound command through a dream.
to sacrifice his beloved son, Ismail.
This was the ultimate test of faith, a trial to see if the love for the Creator was greater than the love for his own flesh and blood. When Ibrahim shared the command with his son, the response was one of total devotion and courage.
Submission. Both father and son submitted to Allah's will, ready to fulfill the difficult command without hesitation.
They set out toward the place of sacrifice, a journey marked by the highest level of spiritual resolve ever known to man.
Every preparation was made with a heavy heart but a firm soul, as the moment of truth drew near.
With complete trust in the wisdom of the Almighty, the focus remained solely on obedience and love for Allah.
The moment arrived. Ibrahim lay moved to carry out the command, proving his absolute loyalty to his Lord.
The divine intervention. Just as Ibrahim placed the knife, the heavens opened with a mercy that changed everything.
Allah, the most merciful, with a ram paradise. Sacrifice was accepted. The trial was over, and the victory of faith was complete.
A voice called out, announcing that Ibrahim had fulfilled the vision and was among the righteous. This extraordinary event became the basis for the annual ritual of Qurbani, practiced by millions of believers every year.
It is the foundation of Eid al-Adha, a day of celebration, sacrifice, and remembering the submission of Ibrahim.
The ritual is a reminder that everything we own belongs to Allah, and sharing with the needy is the true spirit of faith.
The mountains of Makkah stand as silent witnesses to the greatest act of submission in human history.
The story teaches us that when we give up something for the sake of Allah, He replaces it with something far better.
Thousands of years later, the lesson of Ibrahim continues to inspire.
The legacy of this sacrifice brings together people from every corner of the globe in a single act of worship.
Ibrahim, the friend of Allah, left behind a path of light that will guide humanity until the end of time. Hazrat Ibrahim Satim is the father of the Islamic Millat, Hanifism. He established pure monotheism, rejecting all forms of shirk.
His life was a journey of returning the heart to its Creator, building a foundation of faith that would never shake.
Almost all the steps of Hajj are reenactments of Ibrahim's life events.
Sa'i, the running between Safa and Marwa, reminds us of the struggle and trust of his family in the barren desert.
The stoning of the devil, Rami, symbolizes the rejection of evil and the victory of faith over temptation. And the sacrifice, a reenactment of the ultimate test where devotion to Allah surpassed all worldly love.
Ibrahim is known as the father of prophets, a source of guidance for many nations.
From his lineage, through Hazrat Ishaq, came prophets like Yaqub, Yusuf, Musa, and Isa.
Through this noble branch, the message of monotheism was spread through generations of the children of Israel.
From his lineage, through Hazrat Ismail, came the final prophet, Muhammad. The prayer of Ibrahim was fulfilled in the greatest man to ever walk the earth, completing the divine message.
His legacy is not for one people, but for all of humanity who seek the truth of the one God.
The call that Ibrahim made thousands of years ago still echoes in the hearts of billions today.
Millat Ibrahim remains a symbol of unity, bringing together people of different colors and tongues.
His life teaches that true strength comes from total submission to the will of Allah.
He showed the world that the path of the Hanif is a path of clarity, peace, and eternal success.
The covenant made between Ibrahim and his Lord remains the foundation of our spiritual identity.
We remember him in every prayer, honoring the man who stood alone for the truth and became a leader for all.
Peace and blessings be upon Ibrahim, his family, and the final prophet Muhammad who carried his light to the world.
The documentary video I have produced about the story of Hazrat Ibrahim Islam is based on the following sacred books and authentic sources. Primary source: the Holy Quran, based on the core narrative of this script, is derived directly from the divine revelation, specifically focusing on the following surahs. Surah An-Anbiya, detailing the destruction of the idols and the miracles of the fire of Namrud. Surah Al-Baqarah, concerning the construction of the Holy Kaaba and the sacred prayer of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. Surah As-Safat, describing the dream and the ultimate test of the sacrifice of Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam. Surah Ibrahim, regarding the migration to the barren valley of Makkah and the establishment of the sanctuary. Authentic hadith, based on the specific detail regarding the journey to Makkah, the struggle of Hazrat Hajar alayhi salam between Safa and Marwa, and the miracle of the well of Zamzam, are sourced from Sahih al-Bukhari, Kitab al-Anbiya, particularly the long narration by Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, which provides the historical depth of the events in Makkah. Classical historical references based on to ensure the chronological accuracy and historical context. The following renowned scholarly works were consulted: Al-Bidya wan Niha, the beginning and the end, by the famous historian Imam Ibn Kathir. This services as the primary historical framework for the timeline of the prophets. Qasas al-Anbiya, stories of the prophets, also by Imam Ibn Kathir, providing the cultural background of Babylon, ancient Iraq, and the life of Ibrahim Islam before his migration. Geographical and archaeological data based on the atlas of the Qurans, used to verify the locations of ancient Babylon, the land of Canaan, Palestine, and the early topography of Hijaz region. This script is a curated synthesis of the most authentic Islamic traditions. It has been carefully engineered to maintain the highest level of the religious sensitivity, ensuring that no holy figures are visually depicted while remaining strictly faithful to the historical accounts recorded the Holy Quran and the Sunnah, detailing the